Joining us now is Mr. Troy Clymer. He's the Chief Operating Officer of Solar Integrated Roofing Corporation. SIRC is their stock symbol. Troy, welcome back to the program.
Don, it's good to see you again, brother. It's been too long since you and I have chatted. How have you been?
I've been great. How about you?
Man, it's been a great ride the last 90 days. And I appreciate you having Dave on and Pablo. We've had so much growth. It's amazing the synergies that are going on every 90 days at SIRC right now.
Well, it's amazing because we've been following the company for about 6 or 7 years. And one thing that's been really consistent has been growth. It was a local company, Southern California based back then. Now you're a national company. The growth has been nothing short of amazing, really, to look at.
You know, I can't talk about all the sales specifics on every interview, but I will say this. I can tell the public that here we are coming into the last quarter of our fiscal year 2022, and we have over 220 million in sales carried over to 2022 calendar year, our fiscal year 2023. We've got a $95 million Department of Defense project that's in the final stages right now. So we've been growing our business to government opportunities tremendously. We've got a $45 million Mojave Farm, Callaway Farms project that our shareholders have been aware of for some time that's in the implementation phase right now. This is a project that is going to be returning to our P&L balance sheets at SIRC $500,000 of revenue a month for 30 years. USA Solar Networks alone, one of our marquee subsidiaries, has 60 million in projects sold so far for next year, 20 million so far for next year already on the books that we can see with Future Home Power. And we've got an amazing EV installation project for Plemco, Pacific Lighting and Energy Management, which we just had a brand new CEO start 3 weeks ago, a gentleman named Brad Reinhardt, fabulous West Point grad. And we've won a bid to put EV charging stations in a hotel chain coast to coast. So we also have 8 other subsidiaries with carryover for about $220 million alone. So that's just some foresight into next year after this amazing year of sales, synergy, most important culture and growth and rebranding that's coming down the pipe as well.
Well, that's amazing because I think it was just past August, I was talking to Dave on the program. We were crowing about $100 million run rate. You've already doubled that for next year.
Well, it's amazing. And right now, we're doing about the same amount of revenue per quarter, sales, roughly about 25 million, that we were doing. It's more than all year last year. So you pair that with the synergies that are emerging from all our different subsidiaries becoming divisionalized, the growth we've had in our senior leadership team. And I joined as COO just June 1st. You and I had our first interview right thereafter. Since then, we've had Pablo Diaz join us as the president of SIRC. Press release just went out right before Thanksgiving at the end of last week. Secured our CFO of choice, Wanda Wittislawski, as the CFO of SIRC. You know, she came from our partner, Ide Bailey, who had worked with us very closely. And so she is the CFO we wanted, and we got her. Additional subsidiary business leaders, new CEO at Plemco. I just came off our board of directors meeting. It ended a minute before this interview started with our new independent board director, Hector Pena. I'm happy to announce that our Arbiter Bank deal is closed. It's funding here between now and the end of this month. It's a $42 million institutional investment. At the same time, we're working through an uplist to OTCQB. A big milestone we just had in the last month was getting our audited financials, our consolidated, condensed, audited financials done and listed and publicly released. Our shareholders were clamoring for that. It's done. It allows us to move through the uplist to OTCQB, which is being filed now. We expect it to be completed here between now and the end of the year. And that's another huge milestone for SIRC as we move through next fiscal year and prepare to file our Form 10, audit all of these subsidiaries we acquired since 2/28 of 2021. We have to audit all of them and then audit SIRC again, and then we'll be prepared to look at uplisting to NASDAQ in the 18 to 24 month time frame. So, all things are going as planned. I understand they're sometimes never fast enough for every shareholder, but it sure feels fast enough for us.
Well, you mentioned all these team members, all these prestigious team members, present company included. You must be feeling like a solar power EV think tank, so to speak.
It's amazing, to that point, our new independent board director, Hector Pena, has probably more experience in this arena than anyone from the think tank perspective. You're talking 20 plus years in the sustainable green energy sector. A lot of experience across all segments, business to government, business to agriculture, business to business, business to consumer, all of which we are in. We've got another large $2 million plus deal going on with poultry farm right now. And then, so of course, we're extrapolating that to attack the poultry farm market. And what's happening is exactly what you mentioned. There's something greater than the sum of its parts. We have all these operating companies, roofing companies, solar companies, services companies. We've seen just in the last 6 months the synergy that they're creating in new products, new opportunities, especially marquee projects. And now what we're seeing is the brain power of all the executives that we have under the hood now, and our board directors is starting to unlock all the data and make it available so everybody knows what's going on everywhere. So we become a enterprise corporation. It's a bright future for SIRC.
Once again, Solar Integrated Roofing Corporation, SIRC. Like I said, we've been following your company for a long time. We're very proud of your growth and success. Thanks so much for joining us, Troy.
So grateful for you, Don. Appreciate you having me on. We'll see you soon.